Whoops, but it wasn't me. I have this little sister Lola. She's small and very funny. Sometimes Lola likes to play with my things. Usually, I don't mind. One day, I come home from school with the best thing I have ever made. Lola says, "Oh!" I say, "It took me 10 days, 3 hours, and 40 minutes to make the outside," which is called the superstructure. It's built from 3 cereal packets, 10 yogurt pots, 28 bottle tops, 157 sweet wrappers, and a roll of extra wide tin foil. Lola says, "Oh!" I say, "Don't touch it. This rocket is really breakable. I don't mind you playing with most of my things, but you must double, triple promise you'll never play with it." "Let's play something else then," says Lola. I say, "I've promised to play football with Marv." "But what am I going to do?" says Lola. And I say, "Why don't you play with Soren Lawrenson?" Soren Lawrenson is Lola's imaginary friend. No one can see him except for Lola. And Lola says, "Soren Lawrenson always wants to play with me." "Hello, Soren Lawrenson," says Lola. "Charlie's gone to play football with Marv. So we can play a very good game, can't we?" And Soren Lawrenson says, "Yes, with those 2 hyenas that are brothers and twins, and that tiny small elephant." Lola says, "Oh yes, Ellie. Where will the adventure be?" Soren Lawrenson says, "The place where all the animals live." And Lola says, "In Animal Land." Soren Lawrenson says, "Ellie is really sad because he doesn't like the nasty hyenas laughing at him." "Those hyenas are meanies, aren't they?" says Lola. "What are we going to do?" "We can't leave Ellie all sad," says Lola. "He must go back to all his nice friends in Animal Land. But how are we going to get him there?" Then Soren Lawrenson points to the rocket. Lola says, "But that's an extremely breakable and special rocket, and Charlie said that we should never touch it or play with it." But I think what Charlie meant was that if we did play with it, we must be extra specially careful, says Soren Lawrenson. So Lola reaches up to get the rocket. Soren Lawrenson says, "Remember to be extra specially careful, Lola." And Lola says, I am. Then she says, "Oh no." Lola looks at the pieces of broken rocket. "You know, I think that when things are broken, they can't always be mended and made like new." "If we both act normally, Lola, then Charlie might not think we did it," says Soren Lawrenson. Lola whispers, "No, he'll never know." When I get home, I shout, "My rocket, Lola! Did you break my rocket?" Lola says, "I didn't break your rocket, Charlie." I say, "You are telling a big lie, Lola, and you know it." "Don't tell Mom," says Lola. "Wait, Charlie. I just have to quickly talk to Soren Lawrenson." Lola says, "Do you think we should tell him what really happened?" Soren Lawrenson says, "Maybe we could tell Charlie somebody else broke the rocket." And Lola says, "Yes, because it is nearly true." So Lola comes to talk to me. "Charlie, Soren Lawrenson and me have got something very extremely important to tell you." I say, "What?" Lola says, "It is the real true story of who broke your special rocket." "Well, me and Soren Lawrenson were playing in our room, Charlie, and Ellie needed to go in your rocket. I didn't think it was a good idea, but he had to get away. So we squeezed Ellie, and it was a real squish." But we did it. And then we took off. Whoosh, whoosh. And then we landed. And we were so squished that the rocket just fell to pieces. And that's what happened. I say, right, I'm going to tell Mom. Oh dear, I don't think he believed us, says Soren Lawrenson. Lola says, I think I have to tell Charlie the truth. But will it make Charlie like me again? Soren Lawrenson says, as long as you say sorry too. Lola knocks at the door. Soren Lawrenson really wants to say sorry for breaking your rocket, Charlie. So I just shut the door. Then there's another knock and Lola says, it was me that broke your rocket. Just as I was getting your extremely special rocket down from the really high shelf, it fell and broke into a lot of pieces. I am really ever so sorry for breaking your extremely special rocket, Charlie. And I say, are you really, Lola? Lola says, sorry, Charlie. And she does look really very sorry. So I say, that's okay. At least you've told the truth. Then Lola sees the rocket. You mended it, Charlie, she says, and I say, yes, Lola, I've mended it. I like it, says Lola. I say, don't touch it.
The end. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.